What's going on, Nerd Nation? This is Sleevecard signing in and welcoming you back to episode 18, believe it or not. We are now adults as we travel through Johto here in our Pokemon HeartGold Nuzlocke challenge. And I'll be honest, so far it has not been too much of a Nuzlocke because we haven't lost a single Pokemon. And perhaps by saying that we are jinxing ourselves, but, I mean, so far so good, right? And speaking of the team that has lost no one, let's take a quick look, let's take a gander, see what they're looking at today. So, leading off right now, we have Orville, our level 22 Pidgeotto. Orville has Tackle, Gust, Quick Attack, and last episode picked up Twister as well to replace Sand Attack, which it previously had. So we went ahead and added Twister on as well. Next up, we have Cinder, our Quilava. Cinder is now up to level 24, believe it or not. Our little baby, who started with us in the very beginning, is growing up fast. Cinder holding on to the Charcoal to boost all those Stab Fire moves, which are Flame Wheel, Fire Blast, Ember, and Quick Attack as well. Next, we have Blitzen, our Stantler, the newest member to our party, who is just... I mean, he is making waves. He is earning his keep so far. At level 24, Blitzen has Takedown, Astonish, Confuse Ray, and Stomp. Next up, we have Goldenrod, who just last episode, you guys, evolved into Weepinbell here. Goldenrod is at level 22, holding on to the Miracle Seed with Vine Whip, Stun Spore, Poison Powder, and Sleep Powder to round out that moveset. Next, we have the ace, the MVP, the face of the team herself, Miss Balderdash, our level 27 Graveler, who's holding on to that Quick Claw that pops whenever we need it to so far. So it is popping like crazy up in this piece. But Balderdash has Rollout, Magnitude, Rock Throw, and Rock Polish. And last but not least, bringing up the rear, we have Bastille, our level 20 Pineco. Bastille has Tackle, Protect, Takedown, and Bug Bite. So there you have it. There's the team. Last episode, you guys, if you guys didn't watch it, not only did we get Weepinbell to evolve, well, Bellsprout to evolve into Weepinbell, I should say, but we trekked our way down south from Ecruteak City to where we currently are, which is south of Olivine. Now, in today's episode, you guys, I want to explore Olivine just a little bit. We were told by a couple NPCs ahead of time that there's something going on with the Olivine Pokemon. Like, there's a Pokemon that takes care of the Olivine Light Tower, and it's fallen ill, so we might end up checking that out. We do want to see what's kind of going on. Oh, and before we even say that, look at this little scuzzy mother who's showing up here. Well, if it isn't our rival, popping out of the Pokemon gym, he better not have won. There's no freaking gym battle.
You again? There's no need to be alert. I don't bother with wimps like you. Speaking of weaklings, the city's gym leader isn't here, and is supposedly taking care of a sick Pokemon at the lighthouse. Humph! Boo-hoo! Just let sick Pokemon go.
Damn, that is cold.
A Pokemon that can't battle is worthless. Worthless! Why don't you go train at the lighthouse? Who knows? It may make you a bit of a better trainer.
Alright, so there goes Scumbag, our rival. There goes our rival, John. Not Scumbag, John. Kind of scummy, I guess. So obviously there's no gym leader there. She is taking care of the sick Pokemon at the lighthouse, and our rival suggests that we also go that way and train up. But first, let's see what we have kind of around the city. Oh, is he going to give us the good rod? I hope so. And he does. So we get the good rod here, which is, well, it's good, because having the old rod really sucks. With the old rod, you can catch Magikarp anywhere you want. At least with a good rod, I think it opens up some options like Poliwag and Goldeen, so to speak. Here or there or here, whatever. Let's see. You young trainer, the sea is sweet. Sing with me. The sea is blue. The sea is salty. Oh, that was it? That was the whole song? I was singing. We were gonna get our jam on. That could be the theme song right there. The sea is blue, oh, sea is salty, ow, wow, 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 Alright, so this is full of sailors. I don't know do they give us anything? How's your Pokemon training coming along? Blah, 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 blah. Oh, are you gonna give me something? You're gonna give me strength? Are you gonna give me strength? Oh, you're not gonna give me strength? What a jerk. Gobble, gobble. Whoa, that was close. Whenever I roll into Olivine, I always visit the Olivine Cafe. You know what I've noticed? It's like every Pokemon game has a cafe, because there's the one in Gen 1, it's the one in Cerulean. And this gen, obviously, it's this one. Like, there's always some kind of cafe / hotel that, frankly, never serves any purpose for us. Like, maybe if you were lucky, we'll get a item out of it, like the coin case or something like that. But really nothing until like the last couple generations, because X and Y at least introduced like those battle restaurants, and then Sun and Moon has kind of grown on that with like the Malasada shops. But it took like forever for them to figure this out. Blah blah. What happened? Oh, he's talking about Surf. Okay. Pokemon get more friendly. Yata yata. Yata yata. Alright, so that's everything there. This is the dock, I believe, for like, not the SS Anne, but what is it in this game? Like the SS Olive or something? You been to Kanto already? Oh, I have? Sure. I've never been to Kanto. What are you talking about? Oh, SS Aqua, that's what it is. I was like, I know it's Anne in the Kanto one. The fast ship SS Aqua. Oh no, engine's maintenance. Oh, what? Garbage. Is there something over here? An item? Oh no, this is where they're like making love to each other or something. If I manage to come back from this journey and take the first steps in Olivine City, will you live there with me? Please, I beg of you. He's only a crewman. I thought he was going to die. The man could die on the open seas, and you're just going to spit in his face because it's a pleasure cruise. I've seen what happens on Carnival cruises. I've watched the news. This guy could, I mean, he could just get swept away. So, okay, so this is the lighthouse. So first, let's go check out up here, because I don't know that we get an item, but we might, and I don't want to run that risk. Like, I think somebody wants to trade with us off the top of my head, and it's a Krabby? Or they're looking for a Krabby? I don't know. I feel like I recall, like, a Krabby for a Voltorb trade or something like that. Along the way to Cianwood, there are 4 deserted islands. Bad kids are taken to the islands as punishment. Damn. Alright, that's a little harsh, but I mean, whatever. Oh, what? The seal case. Oh, yeah. Doesn't this thing have, like, those ball seals where we can, like, throw them out and they make, like, designs or something? I always thought that was a cool idea, but, like, just a weird execution I've never done. Oh, here we go. Here's the trade. Is it Krabby? It is! Wow! For once, the memory holds up. So it was Krabby for Voltorb. I love how I remember that it was a Krabby for a Voltorb, but that's it. Like, I can remember that Krabby for Voltorb swap, but for the life of me, I sit there and struggle, like when we were going to the second gym, like, what the hell Bugsy's name was. Like, you would think one was a lot more important than the other, but not to me, apparently. Okay, so we can scale down there, and I'm assuming there's something. Or once we get Surf... Well, I guess we can use Surf now because we have... Do we have Surf? I want to find out. I think we have Surf. Yeah, we have Surf, and we've got the badge to use Surf, but the irony is, if you're looking at our team, we don't have the Pokemon to use Surf, because we have no water Pokemon. Like, maybe Stantler learned Surf. Who knows? But we might end up having to swap somebody out just to have somebody that knows Surf. And, unfortunately, I feel like that somebody's going to be Pineco. Like, so far, Pineco's been cool and all, but I feel like Pineco is not... It's not an easy climb because of all the trainers. Well, I want to meet all the trainers, so we're good. But yeah, I feel like Pineco's cool, but it's not really, like, integral to the team at the moment. So Pineco might get a swap out for somebody that learns Surf if we have that person in the box. And I hope we do, because otherwise we might be stuck. Well, I guess we wouldn't be stuck, because technically we just got a good rod, and we could go fishing... We could go fishing, like, at any of these towns that we haven't gotten any encounter in. So, that might be an option, too. Maybe I use the good rod, pick up, like, a Goldeen or Poliwag or something. Or maybe a Krabby, who knows? If I get a Krabby, that would be cool. But, you know, that might be the way we end up having to go about it, is get a water Pokemon that way, and then swap it into the team. And who knows? I mean... This might be a little optimistic, but if we get something good, maybe it could be our go-to water type. Like I've been saying since the beginning that we've been missing a water type, we've been missing an electric type, and we've kind of been missing like a psychic type. But I guess in a weird sense, Blitzen's holding down that role right now, as with Astonish with its ghost move, as like our special attacker. But if we were able to pluck a good water type, that would actually make my day. No. Wait, what? Children prefer to spend time with others their own age. Yes. Children do not want to hang out with some creepy dude in a fedora who hits on them in the middle of a lighthouse. Men of the sea are always spoiling for a good fight. Men of the sea. Would you say that you are a seaman? He's Sailor Huey. Is that like Huey, Dewey, and Louie? Are you a sailor because they're ducks? There's a lot to read in there. There's a lot to analyze. Double slap. Double slap. If I sound like I'm getting delirious, guys, it's because this is like the third episode I've recorded in a row now. Also, it's like 11:30 at night for me. And I'm not tired, but it's like recording has lost its meaning to me. You know? Now, I don't want it to come off the wrong way. I will say I'm still enjoying recording, but I should say giving commentary, like listening to my own voice. It's like I'm having a conversation with myself for the last 3 hours. It's like my own voice has lost all meaning to itself. So, in that sense, if it sounds like I'm just speaking in gibberish or going crazy, I might be. So, I guess if anything goes down, anything bizarre, this can be like my plea bargain, I guess, or my defense. Like, oh yeah, I was crazy. I was recording Pokemon for hours. What do you expect? But hopefully not. But who knows? Alright. How does they make this happen? So he's using Rain Dance. Like, have you ever thought about this? So if you were, like, IRL in the Pokemon world, what do you think it would be like watching it just start to rain indoors because somebody's Poliwhirl used Rain Dance, and now it's like you know, it's raining all over your stuff. Like, I feel like I would be so cheesed. Oh, finally, a non-Vine Whip move. Yes, I do want to learn Acid. It's not great, but you know what? We'll give her a Sleep Powder and put Acid on. At least now we have a Poison move, I guess we can use. which should be good against grass types. Yeah, so I don't know. Who knows? It might pay out long term. It's the first. No, I don't want your phone number too. There should be like some option when you start this game that's like shatter your cell phone. Yes. Like, don't reach out to me unless you have some reasoning of like the utmost importance. All right, we're gonna swap Balderdash up front because I know this fool is gonna throw some birds at us. This fool. On Balderdash. Alright. So we should be able to, honestly, at level 17, we should rock throw the hell out of this guy. But it makes me wonder, so if Morty was low 20s, I think it's reasonable that the next gym leader should be high 20s or like around 30-ish is what I feel like. So, the next gym leader is not, I don't know, ironically, that's the word. I got confused between ironically and honestly. I didn't know which one I was going to say. Because I feel like I say honestly a lot. But ironically, the next gym leader is not the Olivine gym leader. It is actually the Cianwood gym leader. And that is Chuck. And he has fighting type Pokemon. So if he's at... I feel like he's level 30. I don't... Honestly, I don't 100% remember his team. Like, I want to say the one Pokemon I remember off his team is Poliwrath. But I feel like he has another Pokemon. Like, it's either 2 or 3 Pokemon. He doesn't have too many, but he has... like, if I have to put a crapshoot on it, I think he has 2 Pokemon, and I feel like his ace is Poliwrath. I don't know what the other one would be, honestly. Maybe, like, Machoke. Because what's a Gen 2 traditional fighting type? Like, Hitmontop? But I almost know for a fact that he doesn't have any of the Hitmon, so not like Lee, Chan, or Top. So it would have to, at that point, I feel like it would have to be like Machop or Machoke. Either one, I feel like we should be able to take on, but it is going to take some grinding on our part to get Orville up to a decent level, because Balderdash is definitely the highest level right now, but Balderdash is not going to take any of this. But if it is, the counterpoint though, if it is Poliwrath, and I'm correct in that sense, then hopefully Goldenrod should be able to hold her own. Or hold his own, rather. Because if Goldenrod can hold his own against Poliwrath, and then Orville can hold her own against... If Orville can hold his own against, like, Machoke, whatever it is, Machop, Machoke, whatever, then maybe we stand a chance at a lower level. I don't know. Like, it's food for thought, but it's definitely not something we have to worry about today, but it's food for thought going into the future. But hopefully it doesn't come to that. If we get Orville, I feel like if we get Orville into like the not mid-20s, but like the high 20s, like if Orville's at like 27 going into that gym, I should feel comfortable. Because any gym trainers will help him level up as well. Come on, dude. This Intimidate really affected us. Somewhat. Alright, so we gotta make it to the top here. Come on. Decent experience. I like that. Going for another Growlithe. I will swap out just because the Intimidate did not do us any favors. But I will swap out. I'm going to go into Blitzen, because I want to see what Blitzen can do here. So I intimidate you, you intimidate me. All the good stuff. Stomp it out. Oh, it almost didn't even matter. If it wasn't for the... it mattered, because if it wasn't for the intimidate, we definitely would have taken this thing out. But, oh, that was so nice. Even with the intimidate, that was almost a one-hit KO. Down goes Preston. Oh, I was like, I swear to God, if you ask me for my phone number. Oh, okay, I gotta go off the side. I'm like, okay, why is this thing dead end? This is not right. Jasmine is the city's gym leader. I intend to bring her back. Alright, well, if you beat me, you can bring Jasmine back. If I beat you, can I bring Jasmine back? Meryl. In the goldenrod, Meryl should have bubble. I think Meryl has rollout too. Tail whip. Okay. Let's see if Meryl can hold up against a vine whip. Meryl's surprisingly slow if goldenrod outsped it. And then you go for a not very effective. Okay. Alright, whatever. Do your thing. You do you. And now we hit for the acid. Which, if this was Gen 6 or later, that acid would have done a lot more too. Is Goldenrod the ultimate Azurill or Azumeryl counter now in Gen 6 and 7? I don't know. You tell me. You tell me if you feel that Victory Bell is the ultimate counter for Azumarill. Oh, Rare Candy. I was like, if this is another TM, man, this must be my birthday. I mean, it must already be my birthday because I just fell from how many stories and didn't break my legs, so that should be a sign. It's not really my birthday, so don't wish me happy birthday in the comments or anything like that, but I'm just saying, we must be really lucky if we just fell off of like 5 stories and kind of bounced. Sailor Kent. Sailor Kent. Doo-doo. This might seem cocky, but like right now, you know what I'm honestly wondering is if 18 episodes into this, we haven't lost a single Pokemon. Like, what is it going to take for us to actually lose a Pokemon? We've lost a couple encounters. Actually lost our most recent encounter because we lost Miltank due to running out of Great Balls. But actual Pokemon on our team, we've had a couple close, like really close shaves, especially against our rival. But in the grand scheme of things, like nothing yet. So I'm kind of wondering, like, what's it going to take? Is it going to come down to our rival being the one to KO us out of this? Which I can see it happening because his team is really obnoxious, but I don't know. Like, the way that we're playing, I feel like we should hold out for a while. But we do have a rival battle upcoming soon. And that'll be a good, I guess, like, marker for us. Because the next rival battle, I believe, is in Cianwood. I think it's in Cianwood. Like, obviously we just saw him at the beginning of this episode, but I think in Cianwood we run across him since he took this guy's like Pokemon. So maybe that actually, you know what? The more I think about it, the less certain I am. Like, I know we hear about him in Cianwood because he ends up stealing somebody's Pokemon, but I don't know that we actually end up battling him or not. Because maybe we battle him there, or maybe we actually run across him later. I don't know. But back to the original point, like, what is it going to take for us to actually lose Pokemon in here? I kind of hope we don't find out, but I'm also kind of like, if we make it through a lock without losing a single Pokemon, I don't know if we're just the best lockers ever, or if HeartGold is not meant for Nuzlocking, or what it is. I went on I don't know if you guys are members of like Amino at all, or like Pokemon Amino, but basically it's like a mobile app that's semi like a chat room. Like it's like a weird blog post kind of thing. But one of the things on there is it lets you put posts or polls. That's the word I was looking for. So a while back, like probably when we were just getting around Bugsy, I put a poll on there asking people to tell me what the best, or vote on like what the hardest region was to Nuzlocke. And essentially like two things kept popping up on there in comments and in the poll vote. One was a bunch of stuff about Miltank, and so all those comments I was like, yeah, I know, I'm kind of worried about it myself, because when I did this was actually the episode right after Bugsy. So we beat Bugsy and we beat our rival for the second time, and I was like, I'm kind of worried about myself because it's the next thing we're going to encounter. But the other one that kept popping up a lot was Unova, and that Unova was a big challenge for Nuzlocking. Particularly like Black and White, the original one, and not Black and White 2. Because you encounter a lot of Pokemon that are so like region exclusive, you don't necessarily run across them. Like, you don't run across them anywhere else. And they're so weird and gimmicky that you like, even out after Unova, you don't see them at all. For example, like think about the 3 monkeys or whatever, the elemental monkeys. You see those in Unova, and you see them throughout like Black and White a lot, because a lot of trainers are running one of the 3. But after that, like, you never see them again. You might encounter them in the wild somewhere, but I'm not out there, like, they're just not a part of the story. Like, I'm not out there running Pansear, whereas Pansear might actually be a viable option in Black and White, especially short term. And same thing for like Munna. Like Munna and Musharna, when Gen 5 came out, that looked like it was going to be actually semi decent. Like, it wasn't going to be the best, but it was going to at least maybe be like an anti or an antithesis of Abra. Because, Abra's like super fast and all that kind of stuff, and not as bulky, and Musharna and Munna were going to be like a bulky, slower kind of deal. But then after that, I have no idea when the last time I saw anybody even attempt Musharna. So that might be the next one. I feel like once HeartGold and Soul Silver are done, I might just like skip 3 and 4, like Gen 3, Gen 4, and move right into Gen 5. I don't know. Like, just because everybody says it's a little harder, I kind of remember it being weirder. Like, in the sense of, I remember enjoying the story immensely. Like, the whole storyline within, and I feel like it's one of the few teams that actually had a legitimate argument as far as, like, you should release the Pokemon because it's kind of like slavery. Like, it seemed like a semi-legitimate argument as opposed to a lot of the other ones where it's like, oh, we're going to make more land, or we're going to sink stuff to the bottom of the ocean and make more natural habitats, all that kind of stuff. It's just a little, like, semi-hokey. Now, granted, it does kind of jump the shark at the end where, you find out N's been played for a while, and the guy, like, brings a castle out of the sky and all that kind of stuff, or of another dimension, or wherever the hell he brings a castle from. But I do remember it being a little weirder or a little more difficult as far as playing through it, just because the Pokemon are ones like I was not that familiar with. Obviously the first time through, because all the Pokemon are exclusive to Gen 5, so there was nothing in there until post-game that was not like a Gen 5 only Pokemon. So you had to kind of like really learn about all the Pokemon as you went through the game, unless you went online, which I went online. But that honestly might be the next one. And obviously it's really early in this Nuzlocke, so we can't say one way or the other. I can't really determine one way or the other which way it's going to go. But after this one, I feel like that might be the most logical option for us. Just because everybody said it was like so much harder. So maybe today, that might be the comment question of the day. And I'll repeat it again at the end, but let's make that the comment question of the day. So the comment question of the day is, after Johto, and after Kanto, of course, because I want to play Kanto in this game anyways. So after HeartGold, what region should we visit next for a Nuzlocke? Or even if not a Nuzlocke, maybe like a casual Let's Play or something like that? Just let me know. Let me know down below. And if you have some reasoning for it, let me know. I don't really care what the reasoning is. If you think it's harder to Nuzlocke, that's a valid reasoning to me. If you think it's, hey, this is just my favorite region, I think that's a valid reasoning for me. Because honestly, the main reason I picked HeartGold last was, it's twofold. One was because before this, obviously, we did Red Lockdown, which focuses on Gen 1. But the more important reason for me is that I'm definitely a Gen 2 kind of player. So for me, Johto's definitely been my favorite region. I really love HeartGold. I love Soul Silver. When they came back as remakes, I was super excited. So that's pretty much why I chose this region. So we have made it to the top, and let's see what we have here. This Pokemon always kept the sea lit at night, but it suddenly got sick. It's gasping for air. I understand that there is a wonderful pharmacy in Cianwood, but that's across the sea, and I can't leave Amphi unattended. So you're going to leave me with that little bit of information and just kick me out. I got you. Paloo! Oh, it's dying. Alright, so what she just told us is we have to, or there's a pharmacy in Cianwood, which is across the sea. Cianwood is across the sea, okay. So, obviously we can't battle her as a gym leader just yet. Not until we complete the whole deal in Cianwood and get medicine and heal up Amphi, which will free her up to go back to her gym and all that jazz. So, in the interim, I guess we have to make our way to Cianwood and take on what we got going on there. But for the... what's the word I'm thinking of? So for the standing, or the way it's going to lay out for this episode, I'm going to actually just go ahead and end today's episode right here. So we've explored Olivine. Obviously, we made it to the top of the lighthouse. And next episode, we got our mission to make our way south to Cianwood City. Or Cianwood Island, or whatever it was. Cianwood City, I think. So we have to make our way south to Cianwood in order to visit the pharmacy and get some medicine to save Amphi's life. So everything is on our shoulders right now. So that we'll be looking at next episode as we will continue our way south to Amphi. Also, we have to look at how we're going to get there, because obviously we have nothing surfable on our team. Or maybe we do. We might have to look at that option too, because maybe Stantler learns surf or something crazy. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end today's episode right here. So next episode, we will go south and check out Cianwood and all that good stuff. If you like today's episode, if you are happy with the way everything is progressing, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button for me down below. And while you're down there hitting that like button, don't forget to answer today's comment question of the day, which I mentioned a couple minutes ago, but I will repeat it. After HeartGold is completed, whether that is win, lose, whatever the case may be, what is the next game, or what's the next generation or region that you guys would like to see us Nuzlocke, and why? So let me know down below your thoughts on that. But with that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. This is Sleevecard signing out. Have yourselves a beautiful day, and I will see you later.